Ethiopia, a land of ancient civilizations and diverse cultures, boasts one of the oldest histories in the world. From the rise of the kingdom of Dharmat to the powerful Aksumite Empire, Ethiopia's past is filled with intriguing tales of conquest, trade, and cultural exchange. The history of Ethiopia is one of the oldest in the world. The first kingdom known to have existed in Ethiopia was the Kingdom of Dharmat, which rose to power around the year 980 BC. Its capital was at Yeha, where a Sabaean-style temple was built around 700 BC. The Dharmat kingdom was influenced by the Sabaeans in Yemen. However, it is not known to what extent. After the fall of Dharmat, a number of other kingdoms rose and fell in Ethiopia, including the Kingdom of Aksum. Aksum was a powerful kingdom that controlled much of the Horn of Africa and the Red Sea coast. It was during this time that Christianity was introduced to Ethiopia, in the 4th century AD, making it one of the first Christian nations in the world. The Aksumite Empire's wealth and power were fueled by trade, particularly through the port city of Adwa, which served as a gateway for goods from Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean. The Kingdom of Aksum declined in the 7th century AD, and was eventually replaced by the Zagwe dynasty. The Zagwe dynasty ruled Ethiopia for over 200 years, and during this time, Ethiopia became a major center of learning and culture. Lasting from the 10th to the 13th century AD, this dynasty saw the construction of remarkable rock-hewn churches in Lalibela. These churches, carved out of solid rock, stand as a testament to the architectural and religious achievements of the time. In the 13th century AD, the Solomonic dynasty came to power in Ethiopia. The Solomonic dynasty claimed to be descended from the biblical King Solomon, and they ruled Ethiopia for over 700 years. During this time, Ethiopia was a major power in the Horn of Africa, and it played an important role in the Christian world. The 16th century was a time of great upheaval for Ethiopia. In 1529, the Muslim leader Ahmed conquered much of Ethiopia. However, the Ethiopians eventually drove Grang out, and the Solomonic dynasty was restored. In the 19th century, Ethiopia began to modernize. The country was opened up to the outside world, and its economy began to grow. In 1896, Ethiopia defeated an invading Italian army at the Battle of Adwa. This victory made Ethiopia a symbol of African independence, and it helped to inspire other African countries to resist European colonialism. Ethiopia, a country known for its rich historical legacy, has experienced significant transformations in the modern era. From political upheavals to social changes, Ethiopia's recent history has shaped its present-day society. In the 20th century, Ethiopia experienced a number of political and social changes. In 1935, Ethiopia was invaded and occupied by Italy. However, the country was liberated in 1941, and Emperor Haile Selassie was restored to power. Ethiopia's modern history witnessed the end of imperial rule under Emperor Haile Selassie. In 1974, a series of social and political grievances culminated in a military coup, leading to the establishment of the Derg regime. This marked the beginning of a turbulent period characterized by authoritarian rule and economic challenges. The new government, led by Mengistu Haile Mariam, was a communist regime. Under the leadership of Colonel Mengistu Haile Mariam, the Derg regime sought to implement socialist policies while suppressing political dissent. The regime's oppressive tactics and human rights abuses fueled resistance movements, leading to the Ethiopian Civil War. In 1991, the EPRDF, led by the TPLF, successfully overthrew the Derg regime, bringing an end to the Ethiopian Civil War. The EPRDF established a transitional government and implemented political reforms aimed at creating a more inclusive and democratic society. This period saw the adoption of a new constitution in 1994, which emphasized ethnic federalism and recognized the diversity of Ethiopia's population. In 2018, Ethiopia witnessed a significant political shift with the appointment of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. His administration introduced a series of reforms aimed at fostering political openness, reconciliation, and economic liberalization. These reforms included the normalization of relations with neighboring Eritrea, leading to a historic peace agreement. A land of ancient history and rich culture. A land that has seen both triumph and tragedy. A land that is still writing its story. Ethiopia is a land of stunning natural beauty. But it is also a land of complex history and a people with a proud heritage. Ethiopia has been home to some of the most important events in human history. It was here that the Ark of the Covenant was said to have been kept. And it was here that the Battle of Adwa was fought, a victory that helped to inspire the Pan-African movement. From the deserts of the Danakil Depression to the highlands of the Amhara region, Ethiopia is a land of extremes. But it is also a land of beauty and resilience. A land that has never given up on its dreams. Ethiopia, a country that has stood the test of time. A country that is both old and new. A country with a rich history and a bright future. A country that is still finding its way in the world. Today, Ethiopia is a country at a crossroads. It is facing challenges, but it is also full of potential. The future of Ethiopia is uncertain, but one thing is for sure. It will be a story worth telling.